Hey everyone, my name is Ryan Lane with Lanes. I've got my good buddy here, Leroy Height with Cutting Edge Firewood. It's a beautiful day, so we thought, hey, let's get together for the ultimate outdoor cookout.
Let's do it.
All right. All right, Leroy, you ready? Today we have got some monster cuts. We have got a 3.5 pound bone-in ribeye. We've got another little 2.5 pound bone-in ribeye. And then we've got 2 thick cut pork chops. So ultimately what we'd like to do is reverse sear these. So we want to slow cook them and then sear them. So how are we going to do that?
So we're going to be using oak chunks as a heat source, and then we're going to be using cherry chunks to smoke and add flavor, particularly to the pork chops. And then we're going to be using hickory to sear and add some flavor to the steaks.
Cool. And so basically what we've got is just chunks, this size chunks. We've got, what, 3 or 4 added in there, right?
Correct.
So we've got the cherry in there. The cherry is going to provide an awesome flavor to the meat. And then that hickory is going to give us some nice heat at the end, too.
Absolutely.
And I'm so excited. You ready to get started?
I can't wait.
All right, let's do it. All right, Leroy, we got the chunks are in. We have our 2 big cuts of steak here. They have been resting outside for about an hour and a half. So they're kind of up to room temp now. So we've got 2 different seasonings we're gonna use on these. One on the tomahawk chopper, we're gonna use our brisket and ancho combo. So it's got a nice salt pepper balance, and then it's got a coffee flavor on top. So once it's cooked, it's gonna give it like a nice earthiness. There's a little sweetness and a little kick on the back end. Then on the bone-in ribeye, we're gonna use our scorpion rub, which is a combination of 3 different rubs that we have. So
Perfect.
Brisket, SPF, and Kunami. And the idea behind that is you've got your sweet, your heat, and your salty.
Awesome.
So it's perfect for something that's super thick cut like this. All right, so like, you ready for this, right? Yeah. So we've got a little duck fat spray. We're gonna just add it on the top. What this is gonna do is just help that rub stick. So this is a thick cut of meat. So we're gonna apply a nice layer to that. These are gonna take quite a while. We're gonna slow cook them about 275 on the KJ over there till they reach about an internal temp of 120 degrees.
Yep.
Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull them off, apply a bunch of butter to them, because like, why not, right? Let them rest for a little bit. That way we can get some of those hickory chunks in there,
Yep.
get that fire going, and then we're gonna sear them off. All right, Leroy, I got everything seasoned up. The grill is up to temp. So what's the next step?
All right. Yeah, we'll want to put the chunks in the grill right before we put the meat on. And it's important not to soak the chunks.
Okay. Well, real quick, not to soak the chunks,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
We get that all the time. Do you soak, do you not? So
Yeah,
tell us-
absolutely. Yeah, definitely don't. So when you put meat into a grill, it absorbs most of the flavor at the beginning, of course.
Okay.
And the longer it's on there, the less flavor it absorbs. And when you soak your chunks, all it does is delay the combustion, the smoke process, and you're actually just steaming the food. So you actually miss out on some of the flavor.
Ultimate pro tip right there, guys.
Absolutely.
All right, that cherry's doing its thing. Gonna get these tomahawks on. So the grill's at 275 right now. We're gonna roll this until they reach an internal temp of about 120 degrees. At that time, we'll take them off, set them to the side, let them rest with a little bit of butter. And while we get the grill really hot with those hickory chunks, and then we're gonna sear them off. Night, night. All right, Leroy, we got the steaks on. We put them on first. They're gonna take a little bit longer.
Yep.
So now we're gonna get our pork chops ready. So we've got a couple bone-in pork chops. What we've done is we've brined them overnight. So we've got our Lane's sweet tea brine. We took a cup of the brine mixed with a gallon of water. You do it cold. All you do is just add it to the water, stir it up, put our chops in there, let them soak for 24 hours, and then we pull them out. You can rinse them off if you want to. No really need. There's nothing bad in there. And so now we're just gonna, they've been patted dry, and then we're gonna season them up. So we've got our sweet heat rub. So this is a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar. We use some sriracha powder in there as well.
Yep.
And tell us a little bit more about the wood we're gonna use too.
Yeah, which pairs perfectly with cherry. That just adds a little bit of a smoked but sweet flavor.
I think that's what I love about that wood, cherry or like a lighter such wood like an apple as well. So they're not gonna give you that strong wood flavor, but they're gonna add a nice color and a nice sweet smoke.
It's actually interesting how many people that are pros that love cherry firewood. It's just kind of, it's one of those unknown secrets.
So that's all the brisket that we cook. I know this is a steak and chop video, but all the brisket we do, we use your cherry wood.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
it's perfect. Awesome. All right, cool. So we're gonna season this up. These you don't have to do. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Is it important to get it on the sides as well?
Yes, because then you're using more rub. So it depends on if you're going to eat the sides, I guess. We feel you're going to eat the whole thing. So really the idea behind the brine too is something that you have that's a little bit thicker. What it's going to do is get some moisture down into the meat.
Yep.
And impart some better flavor in there too. So these are ready to go on the smoker. Let's get them going. All right, we got the chops on. We've also prepared some Hasselback sweet potatoes and baked potatoes. So that'll pair really nice with that cherry wood. So we'll let them all kind of cook together. And we're also gonna do a grilled salad to end it off. That beautiful color on the bone too. All right, so we've got the steaks are off, the chops are off. We went ahead and pulled the chops at around 135 degrees to let them rest before we go back to sear. The steaks hit an internal temperature of 120 degrees. Now they're off, setting to the side. We put some butter on top. We're getting the grill up to about 500-600 degrees, and then we'll sear them off. All right, Leroy, it's about that time to eat. My favorite part, right? So just to recap, we've got a couple chops, a couple steaks, some potatoes, and a nice grilled salad. So we reverse seared the steaks, so we smoked them low and slow. And then right before it was time to sear, we threw in a couple nice chunks of hickory wood just to get that high heat, great flavor. So we've let them rest for about 30 minutes. Those big cuts, you just want to let them chill for a bit. It's the hardest part. And so we're going to go in right now. We're going to take these. I'm going to slice it right here to leave you the best bite. Cut this up real quick. Lots of juice. Put these back over here. All right. You ready for this one?
I'm ready for this one.
There you go. No on that. All right, so we've got our 2.5 pound tomahawk ribeye. What we're gonna do is actually cut the top piece off. That's spinalis. We'll go ahead and slice this.
This is delicious.
What's gonna happen too, as it slices and it hits that air, the steak is gonna bloom. So what it looks like right now, you can kind of see that reddish tint starting to come on. If you give it just a couple minutes, it's gonna be a nice, bright, medium rare. All right, so for this steak, we went ahead and put some gorgonzola cheese on it, and then we sauteed some mushrooms and red onions and put them on. when you're done with that one, we got one more for you too. I know the steak and chops are exciting and all, but we also made some salad. It sounds weird, but we took some, we did a grilled salad. So we took some romaine lettuce heads on the grill really quick, about 10 seconds, flipped them just to get a little bit of a char. We put some bacon, some grilled corn, some fresh red onions, and some of our Cubano ranch dressing. You can actually check out the website for that dressing as well. So it's time, man. Cheers. Where can we find your products?
So go to cuttingedgefirewood.com. We used our chunks today. We also have other cooking woods and fire starters. So yeah, come and visit us.
Fantastic. And if you're looking for the world's best seasonings, sauces, and brines, don't forget about the brines. Check out lanesbbq.com. We're also in retailers all over the US, Australia, Canada, and the UK. See you soon.